Morning. Welcome back to Trash Panda Off-Road. Today we're going to walk around the Portland swap meet at the Portland International Raceway. See if I find some Suzuki stuff. Out here in Portland they do first weekend in April is always two large swap meets. One over at the Portland Expo Center and one here at the Portland International Raceway. The Expo Center one is based off of antique cars. It's put on by a couple of antique car clubs. So there's a lot of hot rod stuff like that. I was there yesterday, bought some stuff. I'll show you guys at the end of the video. The one here at the Portland International Raceway is more of everything. There's all kinds of stuff here. I like to play the fun game of how many fire hydrants can I find for sale. So we'll do that today. And just wander through and see if there's anything here that's cool or we can't live without. That's cool. I don't know if it's for sale, but it is pretty cool. Looks like it's on Toyota axles. Nice tint top, got a rack on it. Yeah, I don't see any signage on it, so it might not even be for sale. It's an interesting steering setup there. Huh. I like it. Like I said, I don't know if it's for sale or not though. Those are Jeep fenders. You see they cut them right here. Just spoke with the owners. It sold yesterday for $3,600. Hey, there we go. There's the first one of the day. Nice El Camino. Nice Scout back there. They want $3,600 for that Scout. Alright, we're at one fire hydrant. This event basically spans the whole racetrack on both sides, plus the infield pit area. Oh, here's a map. Check this out. So I'm going to put in probably 7 to 10 miles today. I'm one of those weirdos that I have to walk on one side and then turn around and do the other side. I can't go back and forth. I do one side, then the other. So that means I'm going to be doing at least 2 laps. And then all the infield, and then running back to places where I saw something cool that I might buy if it's still available. Oh. And I'm running solo today, and it might be because of that. I know I'm an idiot, but that would look sweet as hell on a Samurai frame. I have no idea what that thing is, but it does look to be 3-wheel drive. It has locking hubs in the front. Holy heck. I think it's based off a motorcycle. It does appear to be a differential in there. Interesting. It would take all day if I was to go through every table and go all the way back in people's booths. But kinda if you don't, you miss out on stuff. Not that I'd buy that, but that's a 12,000 pound Warren winch for $700. But these booths are so deep and so long, you could very easily miss something cool. So just do the best you can to see what's on all the tables and in all the booths, and if you see something that you think is cool, then you go in and talk to them about it. But definitely miss stuff because you won't be able to see everything. Maybe that would be way cooler on a Samurai frame. If you're in this area, the Northwest, and you're considering tires, and it's towards the beginning of the year, hold off. There are so much used tires out this area. What are we looking at here? Here's some 38, 12 and a half, 15 Swampers. Check that thing out. That's pretty cool. It is a CJ6 and he wants $6,800 for it. Yeah, I had one of those. Very similar to that with no title and no engine, and I bought it for $400 and sold it for $800. So if someone bought that for $500, that's a pretty good deal. So we've made it back to the front. We did one lap and it took a little over 2 hours. Yeah, guys. So just to keep you guys in the loop. Haven't seen anything else super cool yet, but I'm sure there's something out here. That's a real nice Toyota. It's clean looking. 19 grand, 83. Sometimes you just buy stuff because it's a good deal. Just picked up a set of 410 gears in a third member for Toyota with a locker. Guy didn't want to carry it home, so I paid $40 for it. He's gonna hold on to it for me. It's actually a guy I've met before and dealt with before, so it was pretty cool. He said he didn't want to carry it home. I told him I'd give him $40 for it. He said deal. So he's holding on to it for me. Later today we'll swing back by his booth, pick that up for $40 to have an extra set of 410s. That's what's in the White Samurai is 410s, and I know it's already locked, but again, $40. So I was in the market for tires. Those are some nice looking rims on those 31s, and those are, I like those style rims, like the Outlaws or whatever they're called. I like those a lot. Lots of big rims. Those would look really good under Sabrina's Jeep. It might even be what's under her Jeep. I gotta take a look. I haven't had that rig out in probably 2 years. Getting close to 11, and this place is starting to wake up. Honestly, this has been the first year, probably 4 or 5 years, where we've had decent weather. If you've seen some of my other videos where I've done swap meet stuff, usually it's overcast or raining or just not great. So to have a nice day like today, it's awesome. I know I don't need them. I'm running 17 or 18 inch wheels on the El Camino. These are 22s and they're dirt cheap, but that's because they're starting to pit here. And then the back two that they've got hidden, they've got some curb rash on them. I don't even know if 22s will fit under the El Camino, but man, if they did, that'd be kind of cool. Wonder if I can steal them for like $200 or something. Well, we'll see what the day brings. We keep it score at home. Second lap, all the way around the racetrack. Gonna head down here towards the pits in the infield area. I've been here walking around for about 5.5 hours. Doesn't look like it's for sale, but came around the corner, cool little Samurai there with the one-piece hardtop, some big fender flares. Walked right by, didn't even see that that K15 or old Kaiser. Did see this weird, quirky looking panel van though. It is a 67 M715. That's a nice truck. I guarantee I have not seen it all, but I have walked it all. Took me about 5.5 hours, so we're gonna head back up to the front area and we're gonna do one more lap around the racetrack. There was a couple of things I gotta pick up and a couple of things, if they're still available, I gotta ask them about, and we'll see what happens. I kind of disappointed. I walked over around the whole place and only found one fire hydrant. Last year, I want to say I found 7 or 8. So people are slacking on bringing their used fire hydrants down here. Bought the small curved light bar. My plan is to try to stick that on the front of the X90. I'm hoping it fits in between the headlights. It's only 20 bucks. And then a brand new transmission cooler. Paid 5 bucks for that, brand new. Seen a lot of used ones kicking around, but that one hasn't had anything in it. I'm gonna hope that I can use that on the Trash Panda and get some extra life out of those 3-speeds. You guys know those Geo Tracker Suzuki Sidekick 3-speed automatics are not great transmissions. So hopefully that'll help it last a little longer. 77 step side, big purple rig. Looks like he's looking to get 8 grand out of it. I found another one. Although a lot of the ones I found last year were like painted like the 2 schools up here, Oregon State, like one had Beaver logo and one had Duck logos for Oregon Ducks. So maybe those will still be around here somewhere. I don't know. 2. I found 2 so far. A couple of JDM vehicles. Okay, that thing's kind of cool. $8,500 for that one with the blinged out wheels and the flame paint job. This one's $65. And then there's a Honda van, it looks like. For $95. Cruise back around to the front here. Well, not all the way to the front, but haven't heard from my ride yet, so we're gonna go ahead and walk back the other way. One more lap around the track. Still got 2 hours or so till this thing closes down, but people are already starting to pack their stuff up, which they got a lot of stuff, so I can understand that. But also it puts their free piles huge, and it's like a bunch of little scavengers, or you know, as soon as the free pile comes out, everybody, if you walk by, a bunch of people run over there and start digging through it. So it's funny to watch. Okay team, we're all done with that. It is right around 4 o'clock. I got a couple other things. Dune buggy flag for $1. We're gonna walk out here to the entrance, get picked up, and hopefully go find some place to have some dinner with Sabrina. Hopefully somewhere with outdoor seating. It's a beautiful night. Maybe have a tasty adult beverage. Later on when I get home, I will show you guys what I got over the last 2 days. So the distance is right. It fits in there between the lights, and the curve is right. I think I need to do some adjustment to it and make it right, but I think that's gonna work. The other thing we could do is maybe mount it up there with some mounts. Man, if I was thinking about that, I could have bought the bigger one. He had a big one too, so I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what kind of mounts we have to build to make it work. But I think it'd probably look better down there. What do you guys think? Let me know. Back at home after going out to dinner, and I'll show you what we ended up with after 2 days of swap meeting. So I got a Bully X Bull 4500 winch. Paid 10 bucks for it. So hopefully it works. Have to get a rope for it, but we'll see what happens. I already showed you the curved light bar. Paid 20 bucks for it. Dune buggy flag. Paid $1 for it. 410 gears in a Toyota third member with a locker. Paid $40 for it. I did know the guy, so that probably helped. He said he didn't want to haul it back, and he got it from a friend for free, so 40 bucks. Chicago Electric Harbor Freight oscillating tool, $1. Hopefully it works. That is a cooler. I'm going to try to use it for the transmission line, just to put a little extra cooling on there. Brand new, paid $5 for it. Needle nose pliers, got out of a free bag. Tow rope with the metal hooks. I know we don't use metal hooks in recovery, but I'll probably just grind those off and use soft shackles. Cost me $2. Interior dome light cost me $4. Mirror. So you guys know when you take the doors off your Samurai or your Sidekick, you need mirrors to be legal. So last year I bought this motorcycle mirror, and it just happened to bolt right into the threads there where the hinge is, and makes it legal. I think I paid $1 for that last year. This year I found that one in a 50-cent box. So I paid 50 cents for that, and then I grabbed the butane torch because it was in the same box to make it an even $1. I paid $1 for 4 lug nuts that I'm pretty sure are the Toyota size, but if not, it only cost me $1. The socket sets. This one here is a Craftsman half-inch set. They're all metric sets. I paid $10 for that. This is some off-brand metric set. I paid $2 for that one, and I paid $5 for that one. So whatever, how much that is. And then these Rigid Industries Ignite lights. These are really not cheap at all. I paid $60 for the pair, but I like Rigid stuff, and if you're gonna spend money on lights, that's the company to spend money on lights with. Normally I use just like the Nightlight off Amazon, but sometimes I do want to use expensive lights. The Trash Panda is almost exclusively Rigid lights, so I picked those up for the pair for $60. So that's my haul. I don't know, I didn't do the math. Hopefully that works, because for $10 that's a steal.